YouTube, what is up? It's your boy Coach Wiz, and we back with another reaction video on this wonderful NBA reaction channel for old school NBA hoops and hoop fans only. And we got another Larry Bird story. This is by Prime Larry Bird, best Larry Bird channel on YouTube. Shout out to you. Let's get it, man. Hope everybody's doing well.
How big Larry was either.
6'10".
Yeah. He was 6'10",
Yes.
shooting that fade away from the. It was nothing you could do
Tell
about
us about it, Sneak. Tell us about Larry Bird.
Seems like you have some experience on this topic.
Tell us.
A lot of experience. I give you a game. I give you a game. Well, Kevin McHale scored 57 one night.
They go to McHale, back to Bird, back to Kevin.
Oh.
49.
If you go to my Nostalgia NBA playlist, I have a video in there somewhere on how good was Kevin McHale. Really, it's a really good video. Go show some love to these other legends, please. The man of 1,000 moves. Got that beautiful feet work. Could turn over either shoulder pump fake. Huh? Had the left hand, right hand, mid-range jump shot, butter. But he'll torture you in that paint. Go check it out.
And for McHale.
It was a game where I had been playing well for a while and really had a flow where the basket looks big. You step on the floor, you go through warm-ups. As soon as the game starts, the basket looks like it increases in size. And believe me, there's enough games where the basket decreases in size. So when it does increase and you're playing well, you really enjoy it.
Goes to the hoop. Blocked. Back to Kevin. 51.
And the points just kept piling up, and I kept getting the ball in good situations and scoring it.
McHale got it.
I might want to react to this game. I've been trying to find like highlights so where I don't get copyright. But yeah, what was crazy about this game is Larry Bird, man, super unselfish. He was force feeding Kevin McHale every chance he got. He wasn't hating. He wasn't shying away from him. Larry Bird was feeding him that ball every chance he got. Just wanted to throw that out there.
54 for McHale.
Before you knew it, I looked up on the board, and back in the old Garden, they had the runner that went in the back there, and it said new Celtic team record. I was like, wow, I didn't know that was capable. I thought it was Havlicek and the great Celtics of old. I thought, wow, that's really something.
And he had about 3 or 4 minutes to go in the game, and we were up by a pretty good margin, and he asked the coach to take him out.
And Kevin McHale.
I'm staying in. Don't take me out.
And I told him he better go for 60 because 56 is not enough. That will be broken.
As a matter of fact, towards the end of the game, Larry came up to me and said, I said, I'm going to come out a minute and a half or 2 minutes ago in the game. Larry said, "Are you crazy?" I said, "No, I'm had enough, man. We're ahead." And he goes, "If I get that hot, I'm not stopping."
McHale had scored 58 points the game before.
Yeah.
And Larry told McHale, "I'm outscore you the next time we play." What happened to be against the Atlanta Hawks.
So Bird said, "I'm gonna break your record against Atlanta." I'm like, "Won't get 55, not here."
I walked on the court and we're playing the Celtics, and he tells me, "Yeah, big fella, you're in a little trouble tonight." So I'm like, "Who does he think he's talking to? I'm the big dog. You don't get this." So he made a few moves. I stole the ball from him. I went down, took off. I think you can see it on YouTube. Dunked on his head hard. Boom.
Willis down low. Baseline jumper.
See
Willis
it.
left short. The rebound is loose. Taken by Carr. He fakes it and jams it.
Came down another one. Boom.
Taken away by Antoine Carr.
Oh, there it is.
3-on-2. Carr all the way.
Oh.
Antoine Carr. Now that's one of the baby birds.
Yeah, baby Hawks my behind. You in trouble. And I'm running my mouth. I shouldn't have done. I guess I got him fired up. Larry just decided, that's it. I'm finna light this whole team up.
Off the pick comes Bird. Bird on the drive. The floor. Here's Dennis Johnson front court. Down low for Bird. Great look. Drive 2015. Ainge, a great lead for Dennis Johnson. On the deep left corner. Down low for Bird with position. He fakes it and shoots it good.
Game start. Larry's just, he's making everything. Everybody. I guarded him. Antoine guarded him. Ricky Brown guarded him. It was like he just spread the wealth to everyone.
Bird out of the left corner. The ball is good.
Going into that game, I thought there might be a ray of sunshine because one of the bellmen told me that he had heard that Larry and a couple of his teammates may have gotten in a little bit late the night before. So I was saying, hey, maybe Larry won't have a real good night.
DJ in the lane, Bird the fall away is good.
To say that Larry had a hot hand is an understatement without question.
He got so hot in that game that you talk about that patented step back. He was doing that step back, and he switched it to his left hand 3 separate times in that game.
Dennis Johnson, front court. DJ up top. Off the pick comes Bird for the bomb. Got it again.
Well, 9 days later, he got that high. I said, you stop me. He said, no, I'm not stopping.
In front court, posted up high is Parrish. Off to Bird for the open 20-footer. It's good. You can't give him.
You know how great you got to be able to be like, I'm going to break that record the next game and like really do it. It's not like he had 18 points, like 58. I think he had 54. It was really 54 though, right? Whatever it was. And then Bird to come and just, oh my, you know how great you got to be? Like, these are NBA players. These are pros, the best of the best. Nobody wants to get killed like that. You know what I mean? So, and he was doing it in a variety of ways. Jump shot, mid-range jump shot, three, in the post, back doors, coming off screens, coming off down screens. However you wanted it, he was giving it to him.
That shot. Give him that shot, it's in the well. That's right.
Larry Bird made about every shot you can imagine in that game.
DJ head of the
Facts.
On the left wing, Wedman, down low, Bird. He gets away from the steal. The layup is good.
I'm sure to Larry, the rim seemed like it was about 5 feet wide.
Front court, here's Bird in the corner. Right corner, Bird. Backs in. Posted up, Bird. Takes the jumper. And
Then the count begins. Then people want to know just how many points is he going to get.
Bird's layup is good. 3:15 remaining in the third. Bird posted left. Takes the jumper. Hits it again. Boston by 9. Larry Bird is just unconscious.
Larry, that game was unbelievable. Just absolutely unbelievable. Dominique guarded him. Cliff guarded him. Antoine guarded him. I guarded him. Nothing worked.
Outlet pass gets jammed, but he gets.
They tried everything.
A lead for Bird. Bird shoots the jumper right side. Good.
That was a tough night, man. The biggest argument that night is, well, you only scored 6 on me.
Hey, you gotta take what you can get.
Bird, were they?
Well, we were trying.
You were trying to.
But when a guy is literally coming up the court, calling his shots, and Bird talked a lot of trash. In that game, we're on the free throw line, and he literally says, left side over across the 3, and you're listening to him. That's a tough feeling.
2:05 remaining in the third. Bird
Yeah, that's crazy.
Got it again, a three-pointer.
I'm not going.
Seeing the greatest in the game, Larry Bird.
I gotta rough you up or something.
Like Bob Cousy, Casey Jones, Red Auerbach, who think he's the best ever.
Bird got his own, and he started calling shots.
Definitely the best ever.
Off the glass. That was the one game that I think he tortured Dominique. He saw Dominique, this up-and-coming player, and he just tortured him mentally.
In front court, here's Dennis Johnson. Down low for Bird, right side Bird.
They had some great battles,
Bird,
man.
Tough shot,
This is when the Eastern Conference was
40,000
the rough place to play.
Bird because they knew he was going to get the ball. And we knew it. Our opponents knew it. Now it's just up to them to stop it.
Bird with 8 seconds. Bird on the drive. The runner. You're seeing a greater performance as you'll ever see from Larry Bird.
He was calling shots off the glass. Who's next? Where do you want this one from? And he just made one after another.
Here's Bird flashing underneath. A good pass by McHale. They got to get Eddie out of there. McHale his toe.
Pass.
Corner, Bird, bomb, good.
All these jump shots is nothing but net. It's crazy. Look, this is a good defense. That is amazing defense.
That's the best shooting I've ever seen in the game.
Yes, indeed.
Bird with 52. Dennis Johnson, a lead for Bird.
They want him to keep scoring too.
Bird takes the jumper and hits it again. Bird has 54. One more basket will tie the record McHale set.
Like, what are you supposed to do about that?
For most points by a Celtic in one game, and McHale didn't set it
Look
more
at
than
they
a week
bench.
ago.
And do you know who's getting some of the greatest assists in the game today? My partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Because
Okay.
now, if you sign up as a new customer, you can bet just
Prime day,
$5 to
Bird.
get $150 in bonus bets.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta skip your ad though. Get your money. I ain't mad at you. Shout out to you. I gotta skip it. I ain't no cap. We gotta skip it.
He can tie the record with 56. Amazing. He does.
When he got to about the 55th point, you knew it was something.
Man, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. Man, did you do it yet?
Special, even as a player, that usually doesn't happen. But we're down so much at the time. You had time to realize the game.
Yeah, that's
his last
crazy.
shot, he said, in the trainer's lap, coming down the court, which meant it was going to be a three and it was going to be off the piece. And then he said, "Who wants it?"
Well, it was one play that that Antoine Carr was guarding him.
And he goes to make a move, and I'm thinking, I've got to stop him.
And Antoine let him get the ball, and he was shooting the three. And Antoine ran at him hard.
I got a few fouls, so I forearmed him.
Fouled him. He fell into our trainer's lap.
He's falling down. He shoots that shot and hollers, "Money!"
It was an N1 3-point shot.
Court, Dennis Johnson. Bird is on the baseline coming out right. There's Bird. Bird, 14 seconds, he got fouled. He hit the shot. And Bird.
Yeah, I just want to let y'all know they don't have to be telling these stories. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear people talking about LeBron like this. Just saying. I ain't trying to diss him. I'm just throwing it out there.
Falls into Joe O'Toole. I think it's the greatest shooting exhibition I've ever seen. Larry Bird. What more can you say? Larry Bird.
That is sick.
Where he made the shot so well that it's like he almost dunked on me because the ball went down through the net and you hear that pow. And I'm like, okay. I ran over, picked him up, and said, "Hey, you a bad boy."
I mean, what else can you say?
Never talking stuff again.
He called it. He said rainbow trainer's lap, you know, and he faded away, hit the shot, and fell into it.
They're all saying he said
I
that.
think Ricky Brown, I'm not for sure who it was, ran out after him. And he shot this high rainbow. It goes in. Ricky bumps into him and accidentally knocks him on our trainer's lap. So it was exactly what he said. It was,
Yo, Larry
it
a
was an
fool.
accident, but it was almost fake. And they show a shot of our bench. Cliff Livingston.
Yeah, y'all all are fine.
Standing up, giving each other high five.
Fine and all of y'all.
It was pretty awesome.
While they
Pretty
love
awesome.
Clutch, Dante dreams away. Missing
That'd
out
be
on all these
nightmares
new
for me.
Louisiana flavor.
That's when I got to be off the bench. I'm waving the towel, slapping each other high fives down the bench, and we having a good time.
Bird takes the jumper and hits it again.
He was so good that night that the Hawks were giving each other five.
But the funny thing was,
That is
he was shooting,
nuts.
and I happened to notice the Hawks players on the bench, they had towels over their heads and stuff like that. So we're, when a guy gets that hot and you're his teammate, all you can do is laugh. I mean, it's hilarious. He's taking the worst shots. He shot one 1-on-5 on that clip, that moon ball. Like he would never shoot a 1-on-5 shot. He was thinking about winning. Like that shot's 1-on-5. Look at. You know, this is the best. Watch when the guy throws the towel up over his head. Watch it. I got Scotty Hastings.
He was scoring anywhere on the floor he wanted.
Is this when
I
the
mean,
bench was giving each other five?
The bench was giving each other five.
So did you get in a fight with them after the game? Forget Larry. Did you beat anybody on the bench? Because you giving five, he's scoring on me.
Every one of those guys got fined $3,000.
Okay.
That's a lot back
They
then.
got fined $3,000, right?
Yes.
Now we watching the film the next day, and we looking at everybody. Now Fratello fined everybody $3,000, but what y'all didn't see was he was sitting down like,
you know.
Well, the next game, Fratello told me, Ricky Brown, Sly Williams, Eddie Johnson to meet in his room after we get out. If we get settled in our room, come up to his room. He had the game on.
Yeah, it was the best film session. When I see Mike, we still laugh.
God,
It was the greatest film session.
Yo, shout out Mike Fratello, man. Calling him up and having a game on is crazy. That's what I'd have did. That's exactly what I did to my players. Hey, look, man, look. That's what I'd have been on, man.
Ever. Because back then you didn't have, you watched the real game and just went, with a video, and Mike rewound the celebration 20 times. He just kept not the shot, he just kept rewinding it, showing the guys. You remember they're giving each other high five.
And then somebody falls off the bench.
Yeah,
too.
that was Eddie Johnson.
Yeah,
Eddie Johnson
Yeah, they
falls
was
off the bench in
tripping.
laughter.
They was tripping.
And Antoine Carr and Cliff giving
Classic,
each other
bro.
high five. And our film session was 20 minutes of that. And Fratello wouldn't let it go. He just kept rewinding.
Yeah, he did right. He did
sit on
right.
the couch, help on each other, like laughing. Just, man, look at that. Mike Fratello said, man, look at him. He's kicking our tail, just wearing us out. And you guys on the bench high-fiving each other. That's going to cost each one of you guys $100. I left out of the room and said, that's the best $100 seat I ever had.
oh, coach.
Well, he has
$100.
goes over to congratulate him. McHale, Ainge,
I know McHale was sick.
57 points at
He told you.
Boston record for
He
one
told you.
game. And McHale had set the record less than 2 weeks ago. Bird, foul shot, got it. Bird has 58.
I always considered myself a confident player. Kevin McHale was a very confident player. Cedric Maxwell, Tiny Archibald, right down the list on that team. But Larry was at a whole nother level when it came to confidence. And he really, really believed that he was a great player and really believed he could score on anybody at any time, double teams, anything. And he had an array of shots. He had a variety of step backs and in betweens and left hand and right hand. And it's pretty incredible.
And he got all that by working on his game. No trainer, no coach, none of these insane drills. He was just working on his game at his crib, putting in the time, putting in the work, putting in the effort. That's it. Now, I don't look at myself as a trainer. I look at myself as more of a coach, mentor, right? Because I'm going to teach you the game and the fundamentals and the basics. And that's all it was. That's literally all it was.
With 3 seconds, Bird will try another jumper and hit it at the buzzer.
Yo, that's...
Bird has 60 points. Larry Bird scored 60 points. Look at the Boston players mob him. Larry Bird scored 60. It is the greatest shooting exhibition I've ever seen in my life. Larry Bird, one more impossible shot after the other.
It's just one of those days where you walk away and understand how great the NBA players are, but then the superstars, what a different level they're at.
It taught me when you got guys like him, Michael Jordan, those guys that have that next gear, don't get them started.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Let's get right to the Larry Bird show. I mean, this was Larry Bird's night. 60 points down in New Orleans. They're playing the Atlanta Hawks. And just minutes ago, Larry talked to our own Gil Santos down in New Orleans.
Wow.
I knew I could get 56, 57, but I didn't know about 60. So I think Kevin made a big mistake. He should have tried to get 60, 62 because he had plenty of time left. I don't think anybody at the time realized I had that many points, but still, the records are made to be broken, and it just happened tonight.
Yo, Larry is sick. I told Kevin. He did, though. He did tell him. To say that in an interview is kind of crazy. Like, yeah, I told him he need to get 62. That's tough. That is tough, man. Yeah, that's probably the best. It's probably one of the best stories about Larry Bird, in my opinion. That's like my favorite story, man. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, you got to think, he did this when the NBA was really the NBA. You feel me? When they were dogs, they played defense, hand checking, fouling, grabbing you. Huh? Against a really good Atlanta Hawks team, too. You know, they were up and coming. They were young. They were athletic. You know, it's tough to do, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all watching. Let me know what y'all want to see next. Again, do y'all want to see more like some greatest game clips, or y'all want me to keep it going with the stories? Let me know. I am Coach Wiz. Become a member. You get access to lives and video requests. Peace.